Welcome to another episode of Savagetimetv. I'm your host, AB Brizzling. Today I have special guest Kitty Monroe with me. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing great. I'm doing great. Doing good. Just got back from vacation myself. Just got from vacation. What you been up to these last couple weeks?
Quarantine.
Quarantine? You haven't
Yeah.
been out?
I mean, little places, but not really.
Okay.
I
Okay.
went to like Atlanta and stuff, but
It's
everything's
not
just.
little. Some people ain't even got the
Well, it's
state.
not like for pleasure,
Oh, what you go for?
like interviews and
You don't enjoy interviews?
um sometimes.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Sometimes were you like forced to do some of those? Kind of? Like a
Well,
part of the.
no, I'm not forced. Can't nobody force me to do shit.
Okay.
But
Okay.
you
I
know,
hear you.
I wanted to expand my fan base, so
Okay.
why not?
Okay, okay. So for the people that don't know, you're a singer, performer, everything, so versatile. But before we get into that, for the people that don't know, could you tell them where you're from?
I was born in West Philly.
Okay.
But I moved to Newcastle, Delaware at a young age, so that's what I say.
Okay,
It's
from
home.
Newcastle. Okay, and how
Yeah.
was that growing up in Newcastle,
Um
in that area? Where'd you go to high school?
Where did I not go to high school? I was a bad student.
Okay.
And can I tell them like y'all like listen, my voice I don't normally sound like this. I lost my voice. But anyway, I was a bad student, so I went to like 4 high schools.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which one did you graduate from?
William Penn.
Oh, okay. Shout out to William Penn. Shout out to William Penn.
Mm-hmm.
I almost went there, but I ended up going to Delcastle, and then I went to Appoquinimink.
It was
Um,
Del Castle denied me. So
Yeah, I got into Delcastle for 1 year, got into trouble. So I kind of know what you mean when you mean the bad kid, but
yeah.
they didn't accept me back. But hey, fuck it. How did you get into music?
I started singing when I was when I was a kid. It was like an accident. My dad was playing music on the radio in the car, and I was singing a song, and he kind of turned it down and was like, "Sing that again." And I'm like, "No, I'm shy." And my sister, he was like, "I'll give y'all $5 if y'all sing." My sister, she was always so she didn't got her $5.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't want to do it. I cried my heart out. And I finally did. And my dad was like, "Oh, I'm putting you in singing lessons." So that was like when I was 6. So I
Okay.
went to Christina Culture Arts Center and
Okay.
I was singing. I had like opera.
Okay, that's dope. So you've been doing it for a little bit,
Mm-hmm.
from a young age, already taking classes. All right, that's
Yeah.
pretty dope. Has it always been your main focus? Like, has it always been
Music,
singing? Yeah, music.
um, it was on and off.
Okay.
And then when I got into my 20s, like my mid 20s, then that's when I started taking it seriously because I made my first record and the reaction was like, okay, maybe I should.
Okay, so you got that
Kick.
feedback, and you
Yeah.
was like, all right, I'm
It
pretty
was
good at
just
this.
more so like a thing before that. But then when I actually went in the studio, because it's hard to record in the studio,
Mm-hmm.
it's not like just singing at home or in the shower.
Mm-hmm.
So when I actually did it and then I put it out and the reaction, I was like, okay, I can do this.
Okay. And when did you know that music was going to be like your way out? To be able to forge your dreams, you knew that it was gonna come through music. When did that moment happen?
That moment actually happened maybe only a few years ago, maybe two,
Okay.
3 years ago,
Tell us
when I
about that.
first started rapping.
Okay.
Like, that's when I felt like the change and okay, I can make this a career
Okay.
when
Okay.
I rapped. I don't know why. Well, yeah.
No, no. So what made you go from singing in the car, like, and I know you were taking singing lessons to say, well, I can rap, like I can take it there. What made you take that leap?
Honestly, God's plan because I got sick.
Okay.
And I had tumors in my thyroid.
Mm-hmm.
So I had 2 surgeries. The first surgery, they removed half of the thyroid. And I was like cool after that. But when it came back on the other side, it was really big. Like my neck was really swollen and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So for that surgery, one of the tumors was so big that they had to scrape my voice box to get it out.
Mm-hmm.
And so when after the surgery, I wasn't able to talk or anything for a while. And then when I got my talking voice back, my singing voice was shot.
She was like, I can rap though.
I thought I was done with music until my mom, like, she shook me like, no, you're going to find a way for your voice to work. And that's what we're going to do.
Okay.
And I was drunk in my friend's garage and he, you know how people get high and cut on a beat?
Mm-hmm. Yep. Freestyle.
He turned
Got
on
freestyle.
Crush on You by Lil Kim.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, all right, let's see which one of us can write the best verse. And so when we did it and I spit it and I put it on Instagram and it just went up, I was like, okay, maybe I can rap too. While I
Okay.
retrained my voice. So while I was retraining my singing voice, I was rapping and then it was like I can make both work.
Okay, that's dope. So you kind of got a blessing out of a certain situation.
Yeah.
That's dope. And you turn into rapping, and then Little Kim at that. The first
Yeah.
thing you did it over was Little Kim, so it
Hmm.
kind of set the stage. You know, I can see that you got a little bit of Little Kim
Everybody
influence.
says that.
That's not bad. Lil Kim is dope. Like Lil Kim is
Yeah.
dope. Lil Kim is
Yeah.
dope. But like they didn't tell Lil Kim you're beautiful.
Yeah.
Okay,
That's what I
so
was going to
just
say. The
know that
early
you're
90s Lil Kim.
know that you're beautiful. Nothing needs to change. You're good. You're great. You look awesome up there.
Thanks.
Okay, because nobody told Little Kim that, and she was out here drawing.
Yeah. To this day. But I'm not going to say anything. God bless her.
Yeah, God bless Lil
Hmm.
Kim. So musically, singing, rapping, other than Lil Kim, who else has influenced you or continues to influence you?
Nicki, of course,
Shout out
because
to
of
Nicki.
her versatility. She could
Okay.
be different people.
Yeah,
And
definitely.
she's not like one genre of music. So Nicki, of course, I would say Rihanna's persona,
Okay.
her attitude,
Okay.
like the calmness, but also like the in your face at the same time.
She can switch it on and
Yeah,
off. Kind of keeps you on your toes.
exactly. So I would really say them two.
Nicki, Rihanna, Lil
Hmm.
Kim.
Yeah.
Okay, that's dope. That's dope. Nicki Minaj is like her versatility. I always think it was not unfortunate what happened, but like people kind of like tried to forget about her, and like
Hmm.
I was like, that's Nicki though. Like
Yeah.
she's for my generation. I'm 27. That's Nicki was like that's the only female rapper I know that's like been
Exactly.
pretty dope. You know what I mean? That paved the way for everybody. So shout out to her. Dream collabs. Who's if you could work with anybody, who would it be?
Like in the industry.
Hmm.
Of course, it'll be those two that I just
Other
named.
other than them.
Other than them, I really want to work with. I would love to do a track with Lil Baby
Okay.
because everything he does is just slaps.
Yeah,
Like
little baby's got that
it's like it's
that energy.
everything is just a vibe.
Mm-hmm.
Um, him. Who else?
You got a whole bag.
Mulatto, I like her.
I love Mulatto.
Yes,
I love her so
I
much.
would
Shout out
love
to
to do.
Mulatto. I need
Yeah,
to get you here, but
I
she's
honestly think
great.
she's really. This is no shade. I think she is honestly, I would say one of the best
I think
female
I think she's
rappers.
what Cardi. I think she's what some people want Cardi B to be when it comes to like
Hmm.
the lyricism. No shout out,
Exactly.
no diss to Cardi B. Like she's great. Everybody knows Cardi B's great, but I think Cardi B makes great songs, great music. I think
Hmm.
Mulatto can just like she can rap.
Yeah, she can rap. Her lyrics and her delivery
Mm-hmm.
is all there.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
Okay.
her for sure.
Okay, and I know you, like you said, you've been to Atlanta, you've been around. What are some places that you would like to perform at? I know you love to perform. What are some places you like to perform at, like a Rolling Loud, certain venues, certain cities? If you had some places that you haven't been that you would like to go and perform, where would those be?
New Orleans for sure,
New
but
Orleans
I'm
is dope.
actually about to go there, so I'm making some
New
stuff
Orleans made
happen.
New Orleans made me a man.
Yes,
I drunk those hand
I
grenades.
do want to perform in Charlotte as well.
Yeah,
I don't know, like that down south vibe. It's like even if they don't know who you are,
they show love.
yeah,
It's
exactly
not like up here, you know.
at all.
Or a little bit, more, back turned.
Yeah, like who is
Don't
that?
know you.
Who
Who's
is this
this?
person?
Cautious.
Yeah,
That's one thing I will say. I just started going down south, and that's one thing I always tell people I love about it. It's like even if they don't know you, it's just like they want you to have a good time, unless you want some bullshit. But you know what I
exactly.
mean.
Yeah,
Up here, it's kind of more, a little more uptight.
I think those are really like the main places.
Okay, that'd be dope. New
Honestly,
Orleans for sure. I went to
yeah.
New Orleans. I tell people you got to go there to experience it. I drunk those hand grenades. I don't know if you've been on Bourbon Street and drunk
I
those hand.
near been there.
Oh, okay. So when
It's
you
gonna
go,
be my first time,
watch
October
out for those
5th.
hand grenades. Drink one at a time. Don't let people peer pressure you. Because if you do, it took somebody my size. I think I drank like two and a half.
Yeah, I don't
Done.
know. But I have a lot set up, so I might not even have that much time to drink.
Oh, okay. Well, if you do have the opportunity, get a hand grenade.
Yeah. Okay.
Describe your sound for us, for the people that don't know. If you could
My
describe it.
sound?
Yes.
Oh shit.
Yeah, somebody was like, describe Kitty Monroe. How does she sound? What when you turn her on, what are you gonna hear?
I don't know. Because it's like I'm going to give you what you want.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying? I can give you R&B. I can give you pop. I can give you hip hop.
Okay.
I can even throw a little bit of reggae in there.
Like I said, you're definitely versatile. Definitely when it comes to the way you make music and things like that.
When it comes to describing myself, I don't know.
Yeah, like when you said you went to the studio and it was hard. I know you had to probably work at it and
Yep.
stuff like that. Like, would you describe your sound as more as like, I'm trying to think. Some people
Well, okay,
let's
I'll say
see.
this. I'll say this from what people have said. Like when I'm singing, they say I give them a Janae.
Janae Aiko?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what a lot of people say. And then when they hear me rapping, they say the Lil Kim.
Okay. Okay.
The early Lil Kim.
See, that's a sound though. That's a vibe.
Okay.
There's some people that don't sound like that. It's like they don't say you sounding like Jennifer Hudson when you sing.
Yeah, absolutely
you know what
not.
I mean? It's a different sounds. Was it natural? Was it a natural find? Like you just naturally always came into your sound when you make your music? Or is it something that you had to work at, that it had to gradually build over time?
No. It was like, honestly, some stuff be surprising me. Like the singing, it was always natural. And then of course, like I had opera lessons. So it was just like whatever.
Okay.
But even with the rapping, like the vibe that I gave myself was also like surprising. Like, oh shit.
Yeah, I be seeing your videos. You
know
on
how
top of the
to
car
fucking
and
spit.
doing.
Like,
I'm like, that's a vibe.
and then that because I went to Christina Cultural Arts Center, because I danced too.
So all that played into
So
it.
when we had to perform, the yearly performance at the Grand Opera House, that helped me to be able to, like, when I do those videos, I can dance and rap at the same time when I perform. Like, it's not like no open mic shit. Like, I'm dancing when I'm rapping or something. You know what I'm saying? So,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. And like you said, always versatile. I think that's so excellent about you, just as a musical artist, that you're versatile. I think that's so important. Why do you think it's so important for you to be versatile?
Because I feel like you need to be able to to be relatable to more than one group of people. Or your fan base is just always going to be that one group of people.
And not be able
And
to
people
grow.
get bored fast. Like, you got to keep them on their toes.
Okay.
So.
Okay. And which do you enjoy most, singing or rapping?
I really gotta say I enjoy rapping more.
You enjoy rapping more?
Yeah.
I feel like when you rap, it lets you get more into your own vibe, more into your bag.
You can be whoever you want.
Yeah.
Like, I could be a nasty bitch, I could be mad, sad, whatever. Like, I can be different emotions when you rapping. Like, when you singing, yeah, you can tap into different emotions.
But it's only but so far.
But you gotta tame it for the mic. You know what I'm saying? You can make more mistakes when you're rapping. Like, if you stay in a bar and your voice cracks, that might sound good on a track. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I like rapping is more.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you had the choice, would you rather do an American tour or an international tour? Because I know you had a choice. I know, because I know how you always have, some Caribbean reggae sometimes into your music. I listen to it, and that definitely has that type of influence. So I know that probably dope if you did like a Caribbean tour or something like that.
Yeah, I would probably.
It's hard,
I would want to do both of them, of course, but
you can only choose one.
if I chose one, I would probably say international.
Okay.
Yeah, I would probably say international.
Okay, yeah. Because like I said, I think it's almost like you said with rapping and singing. I think when international, you can kind of get more in your bag, do things you might not be able to do at an American tour, things like that. Different energy from the crowds, a little bit more. Sometimes I think almost a little bit more wild sometimes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Depending on where
wild.
you're at. When it comes to your music, and definitely, I don't know if you've been paying attention, a lot of things have been talked about the music industry, like with contracts, signing to labels, if you should stay independent. Well, where are you leaning, independent or label, and why?
I was literally just talking to, because I got new management. I was just talking to her about this.
Okay.
Ideally, I would like to be independent and get like a distribution deal.
Okay.
I really don't want to sign to no label.
Okay.
You got to be able to offer me what I can't get for myself.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
Yes, I completely understand.
And then it's like all this hard work to get to this point, and then I write everything of my own. I'm open to like having a team of writers. Like, I don't have, there's no shade to nobody that don't write their stuff. But to go through a lot of stuff to get to where you want to be, and then to write your own music, all to be owned by these people, and now you're their puppet. They control you and all your body of work.
Mm-hmm.
No. I'd rather not. You gotta it gotta be something in there where we business partners.
On offer I
I'm
can't
not
refuse.
your employee. So
Okay. And what are you most proud of in your musical career, or just through your journey? Like, what are you most proud of if you had to make a selection?
what I'm most proud of course, I'm most proud of the top 200 placement that I had on the Billboard
Mm-hmm.
because
That was dope.
I don't have
Congratulations for
thank
that.
you. There's no label behind me. I didn't pay no DJ to play my stuff on the radio. They just did it. And then couldn't even imagine, like, when I got the phone
feedback.
call and was like, hey, you're number 140 something and City Girls is 156. And I'm like, I'm sorry. Like, wait, what are you talking about? So that, and of course, the producers of Rhythm and Flow reaching out to me like, hey, they've been watching me and they want me to be a part of it. That was crazy to me as well.
Okay.
I remember those two things when I get frustrated, and I be like, I had to tell myself, it's people that you don't even know
That are
watching you.
For sure.
So yeah.
Okay. And again, congratulations for all that. That's really dope.
Thank you.
We're gonna get into that later, but back to your versatility. Favorite kind of record to make? Something like Gone, or I want to make sure I'm pronouncing it right. Pon Me, Pon Ma. Is it Pon Me? Pon Me.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
Favorite type to make?
Yeah, something like Gone or something like Pon
Something
Me.
like Pon Me would probably be like if I had to choose. Yeah.
Okay, and why?
Because I got to mix the two in there, and I got to be the rapper and the singer.
Okay, so you got to again show your versatility.
Exactly, I got to be like two different people. The soft, the singing on the hook, and all of that, and then like I could be nasty and still deliver lyrically on the verses. Like I got to be more than one person.
That's good. Okay. Blue 42. How did it feel to make the Billboard charts and hear yourself on the radio?
So it's crazy. What a lot of people don't know, Blue 42 was like a joke.
Okay, tell us about that.
It was a joke that I started with my friends a whole year before. We were and I wrote it a whole year before. It was because we were at what was known as Firestone, as Docklands now.
Yeah.
We were there drunk as hell. And we were leaving and walking to the car. And I yelled Blue 42. I don't know why.
Oh, Blue 42, like football.
Yeah, like football, right? And so then me and my friends, we dropped down, and then we was like, hut, and then we started shaking our ass and doing the push-ups on the ground. So people behind us was like, Blue 42, like, and so we were laughing about that. And so then everywhere, when we would go out, one of us would randomly shout Blue 42, and then we would just get down in the dance.
That was y'all call.
That was our call. And so then we were drunk at the house one day, and they was like, yo, you should write like a song about that. And I'm like, how the fuck I'm going to write a song about that?
It's genuine.
So I started doing it as a joke, and then I let it sit in my notepad for a year. And then when Reek hit me, it was like, I got this beat that I want you to get on. Mind you, I had never did a party song up to that point. So when I heard the beat, I was like, oh, I'm not going to be able to deliver this. But then he was like, what you got for it? And I was like, you know what? Let me try to record this stupid ass Blue 42 thing that I did. So I told him, I want you on the hook, say this. I was telling him what to say. And then when we recorded it and I actually like listened to it, I was like, oh shit. Like I had to sit in for a whole year. So that's how Blue 42 came about.
Okay. Well, and that's good. It was genuine. That's what usually happens.
Never thought that it would be on no radio and all of that other shit.
The best things come out of the most genuine moments. Mm-hmm. You and your friends was having a good time.
Yeah.
Turned into a radio smash. That's how it goes. You appeared on Netflix Rhythm and Flow. Tell us about that experience. I know that was dope.
That was so different. It's like people, when they go and watch it, y'all only see like a couple seconds on one episode. Mm-hmm. But it was like a literal job.
How was it day to day? Tell us about that.
Our day started, they wake us up like 10 a.m. Get yourself together. We had to be at our cars because we were in different groups, had different cars by like 12 p.m. And it's like maybe 30 people. You got mics over your head the whole time, different cameras, everything. And it's natural, but then like you get used to it and you don't even realize it's this guy with this big fuzzy microphone over your head wherever you go. And then you're mic'd up under your clothes, everything. We get lunch breaks, 15-minute breaks, like a regular job.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just, I can't explain it. It was like something I could never imagine myself would have been doing. Then the conversations with like the people that I had conversations with, like
The net.
T.I.
Yeah.
Like he literally told me, he said you have the potential to be one of the greatest female artists. And I'm like, this nigga is saying that to me. It was just, I don't know.
That's dope. It sounds
Yeah.
like a great experience. I know you
Yeah.
liked it for sure. And then to be seen on something like Netflix Rhythm and Flow, like, and again, coming from like out of here, Delaware, where not a lot of people, support each other and things like that.
Yeah.
I know that felt great. Like I said, kudos to you. Throw you your roses now.
Yeah.
That's dope.
The
Proud of you.
relationships that I made, like for the long run, for future stuff, is
Mm-hmm.
like, yeah.
Okay. And speaking more into just coming up, you being a black woman coming up in the music industry, can you tell us about that? Like, how has
Mm.
that been? Has it been harder? Has you felt like it's been a little easier? How has it been?
It's been hard as hell.
Okay, how? How's it been hard?
We don't get no respect.
Okay, talk about it. Why do you feel like y'all don't get no respect?
So there's something I'm going to talk about it, right?
You should. And be honest and raw about it.
I can't talk fully about it
Why not?
at this point.
Open case?
Yep.
Okay.
But I mean, I can say whatever I want, but
Yeah. Say what you feel.
I'm going to talk about it like publicly in depth one day. I'm trying to figure out when though. But just to they think us black women, because we got so much stacked against us, that
Right.
we willing to do whatever to get to where we want to be. It's like they'll dangle the success in our faces
Mm-hmm.
and be like, oh, but wait a minute. I need you to do this first.
I feel you.
And I've had lots of situations where I will work with male producers and they'll act like everything is cool at first, but then they'll want something or the relationship will turn. I never mix my business with my pleasure at all.
Right.
So I will never date any producer with anything like that. So it always turns, and then I got like a big taste of it once somebody who is, like a legend in the music industry,
Right.
her people hit me up, and there was an encounter, like a meeting that was professional that turned into an attempted assault.
Oh, okay.
And this is, somebody who's famous. This is a celebrity, a legend.
Yeah.
That, we grew up listening to.
Okay.
Their team, their management. Do I know for sure if she knew or not? I don't know. I know the initial communication was from her official page.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know if that was her that was actually writing me those messages now that everything happened. But it happens too often in the music industry.
Okay.
And a lot of us are afraid to say anything.
You definitely
Like a white woman, musician or whatever, they can go to the police or they can go public and say, this person did this to me and tried to get me to do this in exchange for that. And the public will back them. The police will solve that case just like that.
Mm-hmm.
But us, black women, oh, I don't believe her. She's saying that for clout. Why would they want to do this with you? Like, it's more, they question us. and the cops, they take their time. Our case goes to the bottom. And it's like, okay, that's why we don't say nothing. And we take it. And then girls end up like R. Kelly's girls in their house and end up there for years because they was promised a music career and whatever.
Okay. Well, for one, I want to say that I'm sorry that occurred. I definitely know where you're coming from. Like I've heard that before, where women aren't just taking it seriously, and then it's always like you said, "Oh, I can help you with this, I can help you with that, but can you do this for me, and can you
Mm-hmm.
do that for that?" And it's a respect thing. At the end of the day, it's a respect thing, and I think us as in our community, black men first, we need to start respecting our women more because once we start doing that, other people will too. And I just think that what you just said, that is very unfortunate. And yeah, that's damn, that's really sad to hear that happened. And I hope that you know that justice is served with that. Whatever you're doing with that, I'm not gonna tell you what to do with that, but I hope that you definitely receive what you need to receive from that, because
Yeah, I
that's
mean, probably not, but that's how this game works.
well, we'll see, we'll see.
Yeah.
We're always gonna see. You gotta put the effort in. Almost keeping into that same boat. Do
Mm-hmm.
you like where female MCs are right now? Like just where their place is in music, just especially hip hop, rap. Do you feel like they're being represented well? Do you feel like they're getting the respect they deserve musically?
I like where female rap is right now.
Mm-hmm.
Are they getting the respect that they deserve? Not fully, you know. People always complain. Oh, female rappers always they only talk about pussy and sex and all of that.
Like WAP is the number one right
Yeah,
now.
but they're not even looking at what Cardi and Megan did. They made people them, because that's two female rappers that people didn't think they were going to see on a track together.
Right, they always want to put them against each other, things like
Exactly.
that.
And so when they did it, and then they did something little, as in taking like little, female artists like Mulatto and Suki and everybody, and giving them little 10 seconds, that made people pay attention to female artists more, no matter what they was talking about. And then people got to understand, I talk about what we only talk about in our songs. That's what y'all want to hear. Like, that's what y'all want to hear. If a female puts out a song talking about some real shit, y'all don't play it. You're not going to play it.
Right.
And the sad part is, you have to make, especially us women, we have to make the type of song that y'all want to listen to get our foot in the door and to keep our foot in the door
Right.
before we're able to actually make a type of song that we want to make.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to sit here and make twerking songs all the time, but guess what? That's what y'all listening to. And that's what the young kids and the white people are streaming. Because those are who's controlling the streams.
Mm-hmm.
The young people and the white people.
Okay.
And I'm sorry, they don't want to hear me talking about being molested and all the other stuff, real life stuff in my tracks, right? They want to hear some shit that they can shake their ass to.
Okay.
They can play in the strip clubs and the strippers can make money too.
Okay.
That's just that.
Yeah, that's true. And would you also say that also comes into who you want your audience, to be sometimes?
Yeah, it does, but you know, sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do.
That's true. That is very
You
true.
gotta do what you gotta do because it's easier to get your foot in the door than to like
Keep it in
stay.
the door. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's one thing to get to the top. To stay on the top,
to
it's a whole
stay
different
is
story.
like, because once you get to the top and you can't stay there, it's hard to come back.
Yeah.
It's like once you get there and then okay, never mind,
And you
and you're
lose it,
back.
it's hard to get back. Yeah.
That
It
comeback is
is.
gonna be hard.
The comeback is definitely hard. What has been the biggest hurdle you've had to overcome in the music industry?
Mm. I don't know if I've reached my biggest hurdle yet. I would say my biggest as of right now is that situation I was
Okay.
telling you about,
Okay, so yes, that those
because
type of
there's a lot that
situations,
goes into
respect.
it
Okay.
that could, it could hinder or help my career. You
I
don't
think
know.
it'll. I think it's gonna help because I think right now things like that are being. You can't do things like that. Like a lot of times when that stuff was happening, the information wasn't getting out. People, weren't saying things. People weren't speaking up. But I think right now, especially with the state of the country, people like that and people that practice things like that, it's gonna come out.
Yeah.
It's gonna come out because
That's what I'm battling with right now.
no, it's gonna come out for sure. I think you should definitely have confidence in that because the way things are going now, people aren't just turning a blind eye to things like that, you know?
But you gotta look at it like this. I don't really want to speak on this situation too much, but like for example, Megan and Tory,
Mhm.
when she first, you know, decided to speak on the situation, she went live, right?
Right.
It was, oh yeah, okay, everybody was on her side. And then Tory just put out his
His album.
project, which undeniably might be his great art of work.
Yeah, me and my boy was in here talking about it. Like, I think because, like they said, when you mostly get artists' best work when they're putting their
Mm-hmm.
true emotion in it,
Mm-hmm.
and I can tell you've heard it, I've heard it. You can tell, regardless, that he put emotion in it.
Yeah.
You know.
This really is his best art of work,
Mm-hmm.
undeniably.
Right.
But as soon as he put it out, you got women. It's more women than men saying, "Oh, she lied because of mute, because of an album." None of us know who's really telling the truth. They both can be telling the truth, and then they both can be leaving stuff out.
For sure.
But she came out and told her side of the story, however she wanted to tell it. And then it was Team Meg. He came out with a whole album of songs telling his side of the story, and now it's Team Him.
Yeah, I think that comes from just a lot of people are just, trendy, whatever's trendy they're
Hmm.
going to go with. But I do.
But that goes into why situations like the one that I have,
Mhm.
in situations that happen, even if I wasn't an artist, I could be a regular person, a regular woman that happened to.
Right.
Not just like, physical abuse, sexual abuse, whatever. That's why we keep silent. That's why we don't say anything.
Well, you definitely, regardless, have to say something. Always
Yeah.
don't think that because of other past experiences that you shouldn't speak up. You should
Hmm.
speak up. And I'm glad that you spoke up on my platform for sure
Yeah.
because I want people to know this is a platform that you can come speak your truth. I want it raw, savage. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? And keep speaking on it because, like I said, everything you do in the dark comes out to light.
Yeah.
So it will. Espresso. Let's get into that.
Hmm.
That's a great record. Had some New Orleans influence in it.
Yeah.
Can you tell me about how that came to be? What it was like making that record?
Yes. So, um, DJ GQ from Kiss 101.7.
Shout out to him.
Yes, shout out to him. He's helped me a lot with my career. Like
Hmm.
a lot. He don't stuff that he doesn't even have to do. Um, he had called me one day and was like, yo, I was on YouTube and it's this bounce beat from this guy, this producer from New Orleans. He's
Hmm.
really decent. His name is D-Day. And he was like, I'm trying to get you to do this beat. So he said, I'm gonna reach out to him and I'm going to convince him to work with you because I think y'all could do something really good. So I'm like, okay. In my head, I'm like, that guy, he ain't gonna work with me. He gonna say, oh, this amount, because he's a Billboard producer.
Hmm.
He's produced music for major artists. So when he reached out to him, and then he called me back and was like, all right, he wants you to call him. And I'm like, all right, okay.
There you go.
So
See?
I called him, and the conversation was really good. And he said, you know what? GQ speaks highly of you. He said, I went and I listened to your stuff like you can actually spit. He said, that's what, you know, some of the bounce records, like as you used to hearing, like just the party,
Dun,
like,
dun, dun, dun,
the
dun, dun, dun,
background
dun. Yeah,
vocal, stuff
yeah.
like that. He was like, it'll be different if you actually heard like a female actually spitting on it. So I was like, okay. He said, I'm gonna email you a couple of stuff. And he was like, I know y'all like that YouTube beat. He was like, but I feel like I got stuff that'll suit you better. And so when he sent me an email, it was 3 emails filled with different beats. When I heard that beat for Espresso, I was like, this is the one. And I hit him up. He was like, I was hoping you said that. I literally just got done making that beat like an hour ago. And so that's how we.
Okay, that's dope.
Yeah.
And it came in. It's on the radio again.
Yep.
So there you go. See, now you just everything you put out is fire at this
And it'll
point.
be on every Saturday with DJ RL on Power 99. So yeah.
I'm gonna
3
listen. I'm gonna
o'clock
tune in.
hour.
I'm gonna tune in. That's dope that you're on the radio. Like for real. Like that's really. I look up to that. That's inspiring. Motivates me. Like
Thank you.
that's dope. I'm glad to see that you're out here just like killing it like that because that is not a small feat to be out here on the radio. So like that's really dope. Staying focused. How do you stay focused? Keep yourself on track.
Um, I'll talk to myself a lot.
Do you answer yourself?
Yes.
Oh,
I have full conversations with the people in my head.
okay. All
Yeah.
right. There's nothing wrong.
It's not a joke.
Hey, I'm not judging. As
I
long as you
like,
stay safe.
Crystals, they're in my bag. I keep my crystals.
Crystals, voices in heads.
Voices in my head. My sister, I have a sister, she's very much into nature, natural healing,
Okay.
things like that. So she asked me, and she introduced me to the Bindis.
What's that? Tell me about that.
So the Bindis is like a Indian culture for Indian women.
Mm-hmm.
You always see them like with a dot.
Mm-hmm.
And that helps them focus and concentrate. And you got to be intentional. And it helps you focus and trust your third eye, trust your intuition. And so I have anxiety. I have an anxiety disorder and bipolar depression. And I'm not really big on medication. So all this stuff like the crystals, the bendies and everything, it really calms me.
Okay.
And helps me talk through situations.
That's good.
That, 09, high school me, I was fighting all the time.
Okay.
I lashed out very quickly at people all the time. But then once I start like really focusing on my, somebody's in my face in this, like in my area and they going crazy about something, I feel people's energy. So this just helps me like build a bubble.
Okay.
So that's how I focus.
Okay. And to speak into it, you talked to it before, mental health. Could you give me your definition of mental health, please?
My definition of mental health. Oh, God. Jesus. My definition of mental health is a never-ending war in your head that only you can understand and only you can calm.
Okay.
And you can't turn it on and off. It comes when it wants to, and you just gotta learn to deal with it and keep going. Does this make sense?
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense. You're making sense.
Nobody ever asked me my definition of, so I'm just telling you mine.
Yeah, no, that's dope. Like, it's a daily battle. Yeah. Battles turn to wars. You got to win the war. You know what I mean? If you win your battles, and like you said, you have your vices that you use to be able to focus. So at least you're self-aware. You're taking
I used to be ashamed of it, but I will tell you up front, I got bad anxiety, and yes, I'm bipolar. Some of the greatest are bipolar. I don't feel like I would be as great of an artist if I did not have bipolar.
Okay.
And I'm dead ass.
Okay.
Like, I'm so serious.
Hey, well, look, like I said, you're self-aware, so that's as long as you're self-aware and you know it.
Yeah.
You're good.
It's a lot more of us than it is that don't have mental health. Exactly. So it's like, why? I'm not about to be ashamed of it.
You shouldn't
Hell
be.
yeah.
You shouldn't be. 2020 has been a crazy year. A lot of things going on. But a lot of artists have been able to put out a lot of creative music. Other than yourself, what's your favorite music out right now from this year?
From just artists, period.
Other than yourself.
Oh yeah, other than myself. Goodness gracious.
Who are you listening to right now? You just listen to yourself?
No, and I hate listening to myself.
Yeah, I'm the same way.
I hate it. I'm listening to right now, but she didn't put that out. in 2020, but I'm just now discovering her. Do you know Nastasia?
I do not.
She has a song. It's called Religion, I believe. But I don't think she put it out this year. But I just got hip to her this year.
Okay.
Other than that, of course, I always listen to Lil Baby. And I really hate to admit it, I've really had Tory Lane's album on replay.
It's good music. Like I was telling people,
skip through one song.
I was telling people like it's kind of like when Drake put out Back to Back, like you fuck with Meek Mill, but it was a good song.
Like, this is great.
But it's a good song though. Like Tory Lane's, it's okay, but it's a good. There's good music on there. Like if you don't listen to it, you're just starving yourself for some just quality music.
Now WAP was genius.
Okay.
For this year,
you liked WAP?
Very genius. The song had to grow on me, honestly. But then once it did, like I had to hear it. Once I heard it in a club a couple times, I was like, okay, this how I went. Because it hits different in different speakers.
For sure.
But now I love the song. And that was just the smart thing to do right now. Especially like people thought, oh, Megan was Team Nicki type of thing. And so it was just like a shocker. But that was a genius thing to do. Mulatto, her album is really good.
It's dope.
Really good.
Shout out to Mulatto.
Yeah, her album is really good.
Okay. And what are your goals for the next 2 or 3 years, professionally, personally?
Professionally, the next 2 years, I just want to be stable. Hopefully, I got new management. They've been doing like a hell of a job. They've been keeping me busy, so shout out to them. Ideally, yes, I would get like if I already don't have a distribution deal signed, it'll be a couple on the table, you know. And I want to be out of Delaware.
Yes.
No shade.
Oh,
you know, it'll
totally
always be home, but I want to
expand.
I believe I belong down south.
Okay.
So, ideally, yeah, I'll be, out down south somewhere. Nice little house, nothing too big. I don't like big houses. And some type of deal on the table, distribution deal.
Okay. Well, all that's gonna come to pass. Yes. For sure. If you had a message to the youth just about following your dreams, what would that be?
I say all the time, you cannot let anybody tell you can't do anything, because that's just like, it's bullshit. You can take it from me. From 11 to 14, I was molested and then was raped 2 different times after that, growing up. And then I was on and off sick since I was in like the 8th grade up until just maybe like a couple years ago. It was my last surgery. And I thought, number one, I'm starting off late. I'm in my late 20s. Don't nobody want no old, You usually start off when you're younger in the music industry. But I didn't take myself seriously until I got older because I didn't think that I could do it. Like, I didn't think I was.
You had to build a self-confidence.
Yeah, I wasn't confident in none of that. But I did. And I felt like if I can do it, anybody can. Because I was at like the lowest. So it's just like, no matter what your circumstances currently, that don't mean nothing. It doesn't mean nothing. You don't got the money for it, anything. Like, you can make a way out of nothing. Because I did. And a lot of people are making a way out of nothing. So just keep going. Like, you're going to be your worst critic, your worst enemy.
Okay.
So.
Okay. Well, they're definitely going to appreciate that. And that's dope. And again, kudos and congratulations to everything you've achieved. I know you're going to be great. I know it's not going to be the last time. Hopefully we can interview again. Mm-hmm. Where can everybody find you, all your new fans? Where can they listen to your music? Where can they follow you on Instagram?
So my music is available everywhere on all streaming platforms. So Spotify, Apple Music, iTunes, Google Play. I didn't even know it was on Pandora, but it is apparently. Everywhere. Except for, I got a couple things on SoundCloud, but like my major music's not on SoundCloud. But it's everywhere else. Instagram is Kitty Monroe, 2 E's at the end. Please don't forget the 2 E's because if you look me up on YouTube or Google without the 2 E's, this white porn star pops up. And that is not me, okay,
Well,
guys?
you're clearly black.
I'm clearly black and I'm not a porn star. But don't forget the 2 E's. Facebook, Kitty, space Monroe with 2 E's. And Twitter, which I'm hardly on, but I check in every now and then, is the same thing. Like you can find me everywhere, the same thing.
Okay. Okay. Well, again, thank you for coming.
Thank you
Appreciate
for
it.
having me.
It was awesome. This is a great conversation. This is Savage Time TV. You know, you can catch us on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. Back at it again. Again, our special guest, Kitty Monroe. It was pretty dope. Peace out. Love you guys. Shout out to Kanye West.
Bye.